Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of The Raven Speaks. Now, for anyone who follows this channel for my Animorphs dramatic reading, and were wondering why I didn't record Friday or Monday, I was sick Friday, and Monday I was still sort of recovering, and today I am all better. I hope I don't, say, hey, I'm doing better than just like 2 seconds after this video is finished, get sick. So, for those new to the channel, what is The Raven Speaks? The Raven Speaks is a series of weekly videos about a variety of subjects. Feel free to comment below to suggest the topic for a future episode. So, about today's video, the 7th season of Game of Thrones was extremely weak. You could feel plot points being rushed over to make sure everything fit into the shortened season. One plot point that was done poorly was Littlefinger's death. Due to the vast disappointment, a fan theory emerged that Littlefinger hadn't actually died and it was part of his scheme. Part 1. Accepting bad writing. The Winterfell plot of Season 7 was so poorly paced that its conclusion was boring. For it to work, everyone had to be an idiot. It should have been an exciting showdown between Sansa Stark and Petyr Littlefinger Baelish. Instead, it was boring and ended with one of the worst death scenes on the show. I liked Littlefinger dying. How he died, totally different story. Other people had the same reaction and so created a fan theory about how he actually survived his execution. The basics of the theory are that Littlefinger paid a faceless man to take his place and so allowed him to leave Winterfell peacefully. This solves the problem of Littlefinger walking into a trap without a backup plan. It also helps to explain why he was acting so out of character when he was executed. But it is just a theory that helps people sleep better at night. People who write shows, movies, etc. aren't perfect and make mistakes, sometimes much bigger than others. And we have to accept that some of our much beloved fan theories are just fan theories with no ties to canon. Part 2. How the theory could have gained traction. It is possible to explain to someone who hasn't watched Game of Thrones why Littlefinger's death was horrible. I could describe how he was a clever man and so not having an exit strategy was illogical. That the show's writers must have dumbed him down so that Sansa Stark could actually defeat him. The entire Winterfell plot could have been so much more by having Littlefinger be clever and Bran Stark's green side being used to understand the White Walkers. Yet Bran was more interested in sounding like a machine programmed to creep people out, and Littlefinger decided on one of the most stupid plans in the show's history, only being rivaled by the whole getting a white plot. So it makes sense that fans would pretend the show didn't make a dumb decision, that Littlefinger hadn't been written poorly and his death was a clever trick by the showrunners, that Game of Thrones still has the same high quality as past seasons. With fans liking to believe the show has no faults, it makes sense that a theory that explains a big plot hole became popular. Part 3. What Littlefinger could have added to the final season. When initially watching season 7 of Game of Thrones, I thought that Littlefinger needed to go. This, as the focus should be on the Night King, and any political maneuvering should not be as prominent as past seasons. Yet there are so many theories about characters betraying others for no reason. Most popular ones that don't make sense: Tyrion Lannister betraying Daenerys Targaryen. She has been the one who has given him respect, while Cersei Lannister sought to have him executed. So, why would that happen? Just because Cersei Lannister is pregnant? Really? 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 Then many think Sansa Stark will betray Jon Snow. So we went through the whole Winterfell plot for no reason? That plot solidified how loyal Sansa was to her family. So why would this happen? It seems both betrayals happen for no other reason than to have betrayals. This also holds true for a good majority of betrayals I haven't mentioned in this video. Having Littlefinger around would allow for the betrayals this show seems thirsty for. He is only out for himself and would be willing to do anything to come out on top. So he should have been kept around just to keep the nonsensical betrayals out of the realm of possibilities. So, what are your feelings about the whole Littlefinger is actually alive? Do you support the theory? Do you not support the theory? Why or why not? Why do you think it gained traction? And if Littlefinger were alive, what do you think he could have added to the show? Please comment down below. And if you're watching on the YouTubes, please like this video. If you loathed Littlefinger's, his old death scene, which I could probably do a couple thousand videos not liking. But anyways, and also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can catch every upcoming episode of The Raven Speaks, as well as my lovely Animorphs dramatic reading. We are currently on Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift. So, woot! And if you're watching this on my Bloggity Blog and watching on the desktop version of my Bloggity Blog, please choose the follow by email option so you will never miss another blog post ever again. I just don't do The Raven Speaks and not just the Animorphs dramatic readings. I also have long posts, and every month I have giveaways for the sites Flight Rising and Dragon Cave. So, yay! And until next week, goodbye.